So I like to put my salsa verde, and remember I told you I reuse some of the jars from stores. I like to put them in these tall, skinny ones. They fit on the shelf in our refrigerator. And what I'm doing is I'm putting them in the oven to sanitize them, to heat them up. And these are what my green chilies and my onions, my roasted onions and green chilies and jalapenos. I'm going to make some of these jalapenos. They're going in the oven for the same reason. Here is a perfect example of why you want to check your jars. Now that definitely, you can see this crack I can't feel on either side, but I do see this chip, and that would not seal. So this is actually no good to me, and I'm going to be throwing it away. Very important. Check your jars. Okay, even though I have water bathed garlic and chili peppers before, I did have trouble with them actually sealing. So I am going to pressure can those. The only thing we're going to water bath today is the salsa verde. Everything else is going to go into the pressure canner. So let's get the jars out of the hot oven, and I'll show you how I do that. Okay, so I took the hot jars out of the oven. These ones we can only water bath the salsa verde. Everything else needs to go inside a pressure canner. And I'm sorry, I've been saying water bath all day. Everything else needs to go into a pressure canner unless I used some sort of acid like vinegar, lemon, lime, or brine to put in them. And I don't want to do that. So we'll be pressure canning all of those with the beets and the carrots. This funnel will not fit in the commercial jars. So I am using a regular funnel, which works pretty good, except for when I have a big chunk that I didn't blend in. Then I just use a knife to push it down with, like that one. So the tomatillas, I think you got to see all of them that I had. It doesn't look like they're going to fill all of these jars. So canning, unless I want to do it at multiple times, as much as you can do when you're doing it. And that's why you buy the stuff on sale and you can that stuff right away. You want a 1/2 inch headspace. Inch is about up to there. That way as it expands, it won't pop open, but it has room to breathe. To sanitize the lids, you have hot boiling water and a little bit of vinegar. Okay. So I just put the lids down in there. And notice, because of those, they are, I have to use these type of lids. So I checked all the seals, made sure they were okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife and run it down through here just to make sure all the bubbles are out. That one's going in the refrigerator because I didn't get enough of it. So we've got 7 jars going into the water bath. Then after you have debubbled, I take the vinegar water I have and I'm just wiping the top of the rims and the sides to make sure there is no debris on them that would ruin the seal. You see it? Take my lids. Okay. Then what I want to do is I want to make these finger tight. That's it. I'm not squeezing them all down, just finger tight. Now see how they're in there? Then what I want to do is I want to put them down inside the water. I need to make sure that they have almost 2 inches of water above their top. So I'm going to have to add some water before I can get this going. Okay, so now you can see where it's under the water. And I'm going to put the lid on and I'm going to boil this. So these are out. I'm going to put them on the towel. I was able to just bring them over on that rack, which normally you can't do. We'll be waiting for all our popping sounds.